It wasn't a year like any other. And we weren't the same people we'd always been. At some point in the past, no one could remember exactly when, a cumuliform gray weirdness had settled over everything. Sometimes it felt like warm snow falling, but at others it was more like the clank of a giant's dust rattling through the pine needles, turning all of us orangish red against each other. It had been a long time since we had shaken hands or pressed our lips together. All the songs on the radio were ambulances. Not as much sad as alarming for no good reason. The sound of babies crying, and the whole town looking for a wolf in the margins, but only finding an oddly shaped three-legged shadow and some teeth, some fur, an indescribable train whistle blowing in from the sea. Everything was mean and low to the earth. No one was happy, so a meeting was convened. We all had the sense that something needed fixing, but it wasn't clear what. Clem thought we needed a new mother maker, and that seemed like a good idea until none of us could figure out how to pay for it, nor how to support all the scraggly, unwanted children she produced. Lurvy suggested more target practice, but everyone had already been shot before the great strangeness, and given their experiences the first time around, no one was willing to shell out the money for more permits. A few people, Earl and Alice among them, objected to the meeting altogether, claiming that they had been less miserable beforehand and that the green apple harvest was going just fine. That is, it had been before we fired the migrant workers and gave up bathing as a way to blend into the dumpster. Finally, someone, was it Templeton, got the bright idea to fill a baby rabbit full of gold glitter and truth serum so that every time it coughed, the air became temporarily more impolitic, if not also metallic. No one could say for sure why this improved our moods, but it did, and we weren't complaining. We all went outside and stood around looking at the stars for the first time in a long time. Some of us went home dazzled, but those of us who stayed passed out in the wild, which was clever. And when we woke up, the rabbit was the size of a small cooling tower. What this meant wasn't easy to say. Adelaide thought it might be a symbolic gesture, and Horace felt certain that it had to be a saint. These interpretations went on for several days, a big long list of opinions and voices, but ultimately, since no one was certain what to make of it, we decided to end it, and end it definitively. End it with a quickness. Charlotte went and fetched the blade. Once more, we all gathered to show that we had spirit. But when we opened up the rabbit, the sun barreled out, and now with even more new radiant action. So that's when we cut off the head of the sun, held it high for all to see. And ever since then, we've been taking our turns, hoisting it aloft and wearing it over our own heads. Pools of blood have formed all over town. But now, when things are weird, we don't even notice. Okay,